Hi, everybody. Well, that makes more sense better. Welcome to episode 6 of Spirit Science. I'm Diane Lantier of soulrestoration.ca.
And I'm Heather Garrett from Planet Botanics, planetbotanics.com.
Or I am going to say
This is take 2.
Yeah, we had a really weird thing happen. We were recording somewhere else, and we moved because the light was being funky, and then this wasn't working, and anyway, it's something bizarre really happened.
So we're not even going to try to figure it out.
Yeah.
We just know that smudging will be involved.
Yes. And that's okay. Maybe the smudging would fix my hair. So I actually feel that, right?
Weird. It's weird.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, the hairs were standing up on the back of my neck.
But do you feel like my mood is lifted?
Oh.
Which is
Maybe.
bizarre.
We were going to talk about being grumpy. Try to get back there.
No,
remember we talked about
I'm
that?
good now.
Damn it.
We were going to talk about, we were talking about what do we,
Yes.
Yeah, what do we
Exactly.
do when we're feeling grumpy, when we're having a bad day? Because we've kind of been there for a couple of days, and I don't like to live in that space. Normally I try to figure out what it's about, why it's happening, or use energetic tools to lift it, because I do think it's a choice, and I don't want to live in that energy. I feel better though since we
Well,
because it made me laugh. Maybe
I might have some issues we could talk about or something in that case.
because it made me laugh.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was pretty bizarre, but I think we both agree that when we are feeling in a funk, that there are ways to get out of it. Because who wants to stay in that?
Yeah,
Who
no.
wants to stay in that crap? And if you can't do it yourself, you go to somebody who can help you,
Yeah.
right? Or you watch a YouTube video, either inspirational music or something on tapping specifically for
Yeah.
a condition, or there are multiple
Yeah.
ways of getting rid of it.
I think that step 1 is knowing that you don't have to stay in it.
Yeah.
That
You have
it's
a
not
choice.
being, you have a choice,
Mhm.
and it's not caused by anybody else, even if it feels like it is, because your reaction to anything is your reaction.
That's true.
So,
I wanted to
Yeah.
focus on tapping today because that's really your area of expertise, and you
Yeah.
really refined it and made it your own. But I think in order to do that, we should start with the very basic EFT, which is emotional freedom technique.
right.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah. She doesn't resonate with it. Or you do when
No,
I
just
do
not
it with
the,
you.
Just not the
When I do it with
DVDs.
you,
Yep.
do, but not the
Yep,
DVD.
for sure.
Okay, so I
So explain
learned.
the- yeah.
Okay, so I do want to explain how I learned it, because it's not taught the same way now, and I
didn't
learned
know that.
it. Well, there are a few different things, and I haven't really followed up on the latest way it's taught, right? Because it's been working for me the way I use
Yeah.
it, and for me, it's the tool that I use to release the things that we're aware of that we want to release, or that we can release. So it's one of, now I'm really loving incorporating the Access Consciousness tools that I'm becoming.
Wait till
Yes,
we
yes.
do the training in
Mhm.
September.
Well, we're going to do the first level,
Mm-hmm.
the bars.
Right.
But I'm already through, other people who practice it and have shows and all of that, have been using the tools. So it's really cool. Actually, so I'm digressing, but I do that. As we were recording earlier, something came up on the screen, and it's an app it's an Access Consciousness app for the tool, Who Does This Belong To? So it's the idea that nothing really belongs to you, because you're a being of light,
Mm-hmm.
and so the grumpiness doesn't belong to you. So
Here, can you hold it for
yes,
a while?
no, I don't want it. I know it doesn't belong to me. So you kind of, whatever it is, whether it is the feeling grumpy, whatever, if it's, I've been using it when I'm driving to work,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm driving home, because that's when I'm not the most spiritual person when I'm driving a car.
Fair.
So I'm trying to practice whenever I get, judgy in the car, like, how dare you do that, right?
Mhm.
Or whatever it is that I'm going to
Yeah.
do that. Okay, who does that belong to? Because really, I would like to not go into that space even
begin
when I'm
with.
in the car.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And I would, there for a long time I felt like, well, I don't really need to fix that. I'm just in my car. I'm not hurting anybody, but I am hurting myself with that
Yes.
energy.
Yep.
And it would be a much better place for me to not have that at all, because then I can allow for more. I can create more in my life, whatever. So I'll do that when I'm feeling that energy. I'll say, okay, who does this belong to? And return to sender with consciousness. And then you can do the clearing statement with it as well. So the app that I have is like set for every 10 minutes. It pops up on my phone. So, I mean, obviously I don't have it set for sound or anything. You could have it like an actual alert. But it's really cool because if I happen to be looking at my phone and it pops up, it reminds me to do it, but I've been consciously trying to do it very often, and it's the idea is to do it for 3 days very consistently, just to sort of clear things that don't belong to you. And you don't have to know who it belongs to, but sometimes you do get that awareness. Oh, this is my mom's. Oh, this is my father's. Oh, I'm carrying this for the rest of the world. Or I'm, because we do carry a lot of other people's pain, and we stop ourselves from being who we could be because we don't want to be more than somebody else. We don't want to make more than others. We don't want to be better. We don't want to this. We don't want to that. And
but I think we're too divergent.
Yes,
so for
sorry.
people who want to know about EFT specifically,
I totally went. But that's one of
I
the
know
tools.
you've incorporated it into what you do.
So
with
that's
EFT.
one of the tools. Yes.
So let's talk about the basics
the EFT.
of EFT. How it started.
Yes.
Was it Gary Allen?
No, Gary Craig.
Gary Craig
teaches EFT. So he created EFT, and I learned it back in like 12 years ago. I want to say before 2005, and I ordered 3 sets of DVDs and just watched them. I was just like,
Daniel Morrow, if you're watching this, Daniel Morrow and I could not watch the DVDs, but that's okay.
It was too slow for you. I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. I just loved it. And at the time was doing angel read. Actually, I think I kind of started doing that before I did angel readings for like sit down readings, because anyway, I'm going to digress into something else, so I'm just going to stop myself
on track here.
Stop myself right there.
So what is the premise?
The premise of EFT is that every negative emotion is caused by, so again, I'm teaching from the perspective of the early DVDs, so if there's changes now,
that's fair.
That's,
your teaching,
it is what it is. So the premise is that every negative emotion is caused by disruption in the energy system. So we all have energy running through us. It's the same system that acupuncturists work with, Reiki, like all of these energy healing modalities are working on your energy system and are working to unblock blockages in your energy system. The great thing about EFT is you don't have to know which meridian is affecting your body or which meridian has a blockage in it, because by quickly tapping on these different points and reminding yourself of what you're working on, you release, you're going to hit the right meridian. So you don't have to know, you don't have to be an expert like an acupuncturist would know each meridian and how it affects and how it works. And you don't have to have that knowledge, which was really cool. So you do have to focus very specifically on what you want to work on, and you have, so there's not, I mean, it's a simple premise, but there is an art to it. You've got to break down to little bits and pieces, and you have to be aware that if you're sad about something, you could be sad about 5 pieces of that. And what happens is sometimes people start tapping and they go, well, I'm still sad, so it's not working. But if I'm there, when I'm working with a client, I keep asking, okay, so how's the sad? Oh, I'm still sad. Well, that's okay. So what are you sad about? And then it'll be something different.
Right. So it's kind of chipping away, peeling the layers.
Yeah,
away.
Absolutely.
So let's say I come to you and I'm just not having a good week.
Yeah.
Let's say.
Yeah. Let's just say.
So I want to get rid of that. I'm like, Diane.
Totally hypothetical.
Right. Diane, how can I do that? I don't want to feel like this anymore. I'm sick of it, and it's
Yeah.
making me angry. And
So I don't really like generics. You know, you could tap very generically, but I don't want anybody to think that this, you know, us doing this on video, there's great benefit to tapping along to other people. But I'm not going to give you like a generic recipe for if you're having a bad week, because I don't know why you're having a bad week.
Okay, good point.
So
I just want them to see the whole routine.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll work off of you.
Okay.
Would you like to have a session online?
Sure.
But you can also do it generically. I just don't want anybody to watch this thinking that this is what I'm offering right now and providing.
No,
right?
no, you really, I've had sessions with you, and you really focus and key in on what the real problem is, which is quite often very different from what you thought was making you upset.
Well, that's the other piece of it too. So, but you can start with just how you're feeling, right? And even you don't even have to really know or be able to identify. You can just tap on this feeling, even though I have this crappy feeling. And I think that you want to make. I think it would be good for. Sorry, something's coming through. So if you're not sure about your ability to release it, or whether you should, or whether you're the ability to, right? Because so many of us feel like we're stuck with it, and it can't be this easy. It can't be this easy. Well, that's not true. It can be that easy. So you can remove that layer as well, right? So you can say, okay, so the formula is, even though I have blah blah blah, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. That piece, I think, has changed. The I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I still use it because for me it's important for the person, even if they don't believe it, at a soul level you believe it. At a soul level, your being understands that what you're saying is, even though I have this issue, I still love myself. And that's like shadow work, right? So for me, I still like the formulation of that. Having said that, you know, like I channel through it and I change a lot of it. So one of the changes is that it used to be taught that what you do, the setup, where you say, even though I have blah, 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 was on a sore spot on the chest. You let me know if I'm going into too much detail, because...
no, I think it's all relevant, because if anyone goes to YouTube this, they may come across those things and they'll go, oh, that's what she was talking about.
I'm being relevant? Somewhat. I'm not digressing too much. Okay, so there used to be, on the sore spot, it was called. So it's a tender spot in the middle of your upper chest, your left or right upper chest. And you poke around and you find a tender spot. And you rub that spot very gently. Just, you're not digging in. It's just a gentle motion. And really, sometimes because I close my eyes most of the time when I'm doing this, and I'll open my eyes and I'm just distracted by my burn. You're easily distracted. So I'll look at my client and they have their eyes and they've stopped. Sorry, I close my eyes when I'm doing this work, but I'll look at them and they're not even rubbing the sore spot. They just have their hand here and it's still shifting and clearing, right? So So now what they do is they teach to do it this way instead of on the sore spot. So when you're doing even though I'm not feeling happy and I'm in a grumpy mood and I don't know how to get rid of this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I just really feel like shit and I'm not in a good mood and blah, 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 I deeply and completely love and accept myself, right? So I give people the choice of either the sore spot or the hand.
And what you're doing right there...
Yeah, don't do that on your hand. I burned myself and she cut herself.
That's what kind of a week it was. But does it matter what part of the finger?
No,
does it matter? It's
like
just on the outside of the
yeah.
outside edge. Okay.
Yeah, you just do that.
Okay.
I prefer the sore spot.
Why?
It's just, I've started that way.
Okay.
I find this annoying, actually. But some people prefer it here.
Well,
so
this
really
would be
depends.
easier to do in your head. Like, when I first started learning about EFT, I'd be in the store and be like, okay, I have to practice. And then I'd be, I can't really do this because people are looking at me from outside, you know? And
yeah.
And so it might be a little easier just to sort of, in your head, do it and be pressing
I do all the points in my head.
Okay.
Like I do it energetically.
Okay.
So if I'm driving or if I'm at the movies or I don't know, wherever I am, I could be in a meeting. You can just imagine yourself. It's all energy. It doesn't, you know, it's just like we can send Reiki at a distance. You don't have to actually touch those spots.
Okay.
You can do it in your head. So Heather?
Yes.
So let's not work on, so normally we would work on specific issues, and we're
Yeah.
not going to do that because,
Right.
it's your private stuff.
Yes.
But in a more generic way. But this is good because if somebody if you're just having a bad mood, you're in a bad mood or you're having a bad week, and obviously if you know why, then you know where you can go to clear that
Yeah.
stuff. But if it's
Yep.
just a general kind of like, feeling, you could just blame the moon or sort of stay in it, or you could say, okay, well, even if it is the moon, I'm more powerful than that, so
Yeah.
I'm going to shift myself out of it.
And that's what
right?
really all these holistic treatments are, right? It's saying you as the client are also going to empower yourself in your
Yeah.
healing. And that's, to me, the major difference between going to a doctor who writes you a prescription and this sort of work where you are an active participant in your own healing, which is
Yeah.
very empowering.
Yeah. So, Heather.
Yes? I'm trying to think of something.
No, but what is
Okay.
your general mood then?
Just kind of tired and grumpy.
Okay. So, do you want to do this, or do you want to do it on your sore spot?
I can do it on the source.
Okay.
I just have to find it. Remember? I have trouble finding it. Remember?
Okay, you have to speak up.
Remember?
Yes.
I have trouble finding it. Remember? Okay. All right.
Okay. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Okay, and you're going to repeat after me. And we might both close our eyes here. That's okay.
Okay.
So repeat after me. Even though I feel really tired so why don't you tell me on a scale of 0 to 10? How would you, where are you on that
I feel
scale?
like about a 3 if 10 is the best.
No, like 0 you feel amazing.
Oh, then I
and
feel
10
like a
is
7.
like super grump. Okay. So
Maybe
you're
a
a
6.
7. 6 or 7. Okay. So even though I feel really tired and grumpy,
Even though I feel really tired and grumpy,
for whatever reason, I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Yeah.
By the way, those are release things.
Yeah,
so
it's
if
releasing
you start yawning,
energy.
It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm tired, but that's not why it happened. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here thinking, why haven't I actually done this week while I've been tired?
Seriously.
I've been doing the who does this belong to, but I haven't actually just tapped on the on the sort of.
But you're doing
weird.
it now. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Even though I'm really tired and grumpy,
Even though I'm really tired and grumpy.
for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
And for whatever reason, this is serving me.
And for whatever reason, this is serving me.
Whatever the reason I've chosen
Whatever the reason I've chosen
to be tired and grumpy,
to be tired and grumpy.
whatever that value is to me,
Whatever that value is to me.
I'm choosing to release all of it now.
I'm choosing to release all of it now.
Across all lifetimes
Across all lifetimes.
and all dimensions.
And all dimensions.
I'm letting it all go now.
I'm letting it all go now.
All this tiredness,
All this tiredness.
all this grumpiness,
All this grumpiness.
everywhere that I've bought,
Everywhere that I've bought.
that I can't be happy all the time,
That I can't be happy all the time.
that life sucks,
That life sucks.
shitty things happen,
Shitty things happen.
and I need to be tired and grumpy.
And I need to be tired and grumpy.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And everywhere that I've chosen
And everywhere that I've chosen
to be tired and grumpy,
to be tired and grumpy,
to match other people's energy,
to match other people's energy,
I'm going to do the access consciousness clearing now. I destroy and uncreate all of that.
I destroy and uncreate all of that.
Right, wrong,
Right, wrong,
good, bad,
good, bad,
all 9,
all 9,
pod, poc,
pod, poc,
shorts, boys, and beyond.
shorts, boys, and beyond.
Yeah. So that's called the clearing statement by Access Consciousness. People can look that up, or if anybody's curious, you can message me and I'll send you the link online. But anyway, I know it's not part of it. I just mix stuff together.
It's okay.
Okay, so take a deep breath. So how does that feel? Did you feel a shift at all? Did you have any awareness about anything?
Well, what's interesting doing this with you is that you get insights, right?
Yeah.
So you change the dialogue as it goes along and you get these
Yeah.
downloads. So that was very, very thought-provoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel a little better.
Because you weren't aware that why you're choosing, yeah. Oh, I just got something else, but I don't know if I want to share it here, so.
Maybe when we're off air.
Yeah. Remind me.
Okay, I will, don't worry.
It's about choosing the grump. I'm gonna do it without getting specific.
Okay.
Because I think this will be good for other people though.
Okay.
Even though I've chosen grumpiness.
And
tiredness.
To
keep me playing small. All of this fear that I have. Of playing big. And being successful. And having all this energy. And power. And success. And wealth. All of that fear. I'm choosing to release it now. Across all lifetimes and all dimensions. Through the multi-dimensional layers. Of my DNA. I'm letting it all go now. All of this fear. Of being wealthy. And successful. And playing big. I'm letting all of it go. And letting go of all of the tiredness and grumpiness. That I've chosen. To help me stay small. I deeply and completely. Love and accept myself. Take a deep breath. How does that feel?
It was kind of an aha thing. Did you know I have a huge HST bill due at the end of the month? Maybe that's been weighing on me. I'm like, oh, like huge.
Okay.
So, that's very interesting. And you know,
so then we could, if we wanted, we won't do it here, but if that would be then, so she's kind of now she knows, she's aware of what's draining her energy. And so we won't do that here, but then she could go on to do the tapping around that and all of the feelings around that, because even if it's something that kind of sucks, you can remove all of that feeling around it so that it doesn't feel like it sucks. So it's not so difficult. It's not draining.
And that's what's so wonderful about these tools. I was audited by CRA for 2 years, and I really thought I was going to lose my mind. Like an envelope from the government would come to the home, and I couldn't open it. I physically couldn't open it, and I did so much work around that. And now I call CRA, hi, blah, blah, blah. But if I hadn't done that work, and that happens to a lot of people, they feel so disempowered, and it is a very negative thing that I would recommend to anybody who's having any issues around money to do some work, because it makes a huge difference in your life. And it will, always, once it's fixed, then you don't have to redo it.
So how does that feel now? How does the sort of tired, grumpy...
I feel like it's lighter in here, like light-wise, brighter. Feel relief. I feel relief.
So tired, grumpy on a scale of 0 to 10.
0 being the best.
Yeah, like not grumpy and tired.
7.
You're still a 7?
Yeah.
So it hasn't changed that at all. What's the grump? Yes. That's okay.
I just feel like it needs more work, which I don't think can be done.
Right.
Here.
Okay.
But it definitely feels different. I feel different.
Yeah. But now you're aware of why you're having the feeling. So now we would know where to go to actually dislodge that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
So do one more round, if you don't mind. I'm going to just do this, but you can go ahead on your chest. We also, I just want to address the fact that I haven't actually gone to the tapping points, and maybe we'll do a round on the tapping points.
Do that, because I think if people go to YouTube, that's what they're going to see.
Yeah, I know, but that's not what I'm, like...
I know, but in general, EFT, yes, people want to get a specific...
But again, that's why I always say, like, I do it my way, and because people are shifting, even though you're still a 7, you're shifted through stuff. And that's the important thing, is that you're moving through, and that's why somebody might do it the way you just did and went, oh, I still feel grumpy, this doesn't work. Well, no, but it's because you're shifting from one aspect of it to another. You have to follow it until you get to the bottom of it. and then it goes away. And you know, you've been grumpy and tired for a whole week, and all of these things have happened. It's not likely to dislodge in like 10 minutes, right?
Mhm.
You have to go to the different pieces
Yeah.
of it, but it's created awareness for you, which is
Mhm.
great. But yeah, because in my work, I don't know if it's because I channel or what it is, but people, I mean, I can do a whole session without actually tapping on the points and just
Right.
doing it on that sore spot. So that's why I haven't gone to the actual tapping, but maybe we'll do that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do this. You can go
No,
on
I'll
your
do
sore.
this.
Okay.
I just won't do it on that
Okay.
hand.
Even though I still feel grumpy
Even though I still feel grumpy,
for whatever reason,
for whatever reason,
all of the stuff that I'm feeling grumpy about,
all of the stuff that I'm feeling grumpy about,
everywhere I've given my power away,
everywhere I've given my power away,
I'm choosing to release all of that now.
I'm choosing to release all of that now.
Everywhere that I'm feeling grumpy
Everywhere that I'm feeling grumpy,
about things that I don't think I have power over,
about things that I don't think I have power over,
that don't feel good,
that don't feel good,
I'm choosing to destroy and uncreate all of it.
I'm choosing to
To destroy and uncreate all of it. Right, wrong,
right, wrong,
good, bad,
good, bad,
all nine,
all nine,
pod, poc,
pod, poc,
shorts, boys, and beyonds.
shorts, boys, and beyonds.
So go on top of your head now. All of this grumpiness
All of this grumpiness
and my resistance to releasing it.
and my resistance to releasing it.
I really want to stay grumpy.
I really want to stay grumpy.
I really don't want to let it go.
I really don't want to let it go.
I don't feel like being happy.
I don't feel like being happy.
I don't want to make them right
I don't want to make them right
by being happy.
by being happy.
And I'm choosing to release all of that now.
I'm choosing to release all of that now.
So then you, on the point, on your eyebrow, where your eyebrow starts, even though I still have all of this grumpy feeling,
Even though I have still have all of this grumpy feeling,
I'm still resisting letting it go.
I'm still resisting letting it go.
For whatever reason,
For whatever
go
reason,
to the side of the eye. I'm really enjoying my grumpy
I'm
feeling.
really enjoying my grumpy feeling.
I'm really enjoying being grumpy
I'm really enjoying being grumpy.
for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
But now it's time for me to let it go.
But now it's time for me to let it go.
Under the eye. Even though I've been enjoying my grumpy feelings,
Even though I've been enjoying my grumpy feeling,
I wonder what it would be like
I wonder what it would be like
under the nose to enjoy my happy feelings.
to enjoy my happy feelings.
Maybe it's okay
Maybe it's okay
to let go of the grumpy feelings
to let go of the grumpy feelings.
on your chin. Maybe I'll find more inspiration
Maybe I'll find more inspiration
and more peace
and more peace
in my happy feelings.
in my happy feelings.
And maybe it's okay.
And maybe it's
So
okay
you can
say
do
the
it.
point.
Yeah, this is the collarbone, so normally you would do it this way. I just like kind of hitting it both ways. Okay. Even though I've been hanging on to my grumpy feelings,
Even though I've been hanging on to my grumpy feelings
for whatever reason,
for whatever reason,
I'm choosing now
I'm choosing now
to release all of them.
to release all of them.
It's time for me to be productive,
It's time for me to be productive,
to be happy,
to be happy,
to be healthy,
to be healthy,
and to feel my power
and to feel my power
and my energy.
and my energy.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And then you can go under the arm. All of this grumpy feeling,
All of this grumpy feeling,
I'm choosing to let it go now.
I'm choosing to let it go now.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Deeply and completely love and accept
So
myself.
take a deep breath. Okay. I feel better. But
Me
how do
too.
you feel? Yeah, you
Yeah.
do? Okay.
Yeah, it feels good.
So, are you still a 7?
No, maybe an 8 or a 9.
That's going up. though.
Sorry, I
That's
get
more
off
grumpy.
the scale.
Like a 5?
like a
0 to 10.
Yeah,
0,
like
you're
a-
super
like
happy,
a
and 10, you're super
3.
grumpy. Oh, look, a 3. So you went down from a 7 to a 3.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
So then more awareness that came through, more information that came through in that round was, choosing grumpiness for a reason,
Right.
And it kind of goes to what we were talking about before, which is that if you let it go, then you might have inspiration
Yeah.
and then have to act on stuff. And it's important that we, and I'm thanks Heather for going there, because even though we don't go into specifics, it's still, you have to let yourself be vulnerable to show that. And
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, so many people have the same issues, right?
Well,
and that's why we
absolutely.
don't choose the happy.
Well, and the thing is, why would you choose to keep it?
because it serves us.
I
for
know
some
there's a
reason.
secondary
Yeah.
gain, but in the long run, if we could just, like, many people are more comfortable with being uncomfortable than they are
Absolutely.
with changing it. And
Yep.
once you realize that you go through that dark tunnel, everything's going to be better on the other side. Why wouldn't you try?
Yeah.
At least try.
Yeah.
So, resistance is futile in the end. It's true. That was great. I'm happy. I got
Oh, good.
a treatment. As you can see, I'm no longer grumpy.
Well, we'll see.
Oh. when
We'll see when the
video's
camera's
done.
off.
So that was great.
Yeah.
So,
So that's what we do when we're feeling grumpy. Well,
it's
that's
one of
what
the
I
things.
do.
It's one of
Yeah.
the things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When we think about it, because honestly, like I've been doing this for a long time, and I still don't necessarily think to do it. Right? I get
Yeah.
caught in it too, and then until I'm like, wait a minute, this is not. I don't want to choose this
Right.
anymore. And it really is a conscious choice. Like I know what I can do, so I need to choose to step out
Well,
of
it's a
that.
habit like anything else. It's a practice, right? You have bad habits, you have good habits. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of keeping up the good habits that will help you to lead a more empowered life, where you're in charge,
Yeah.
regardless of what that means.
So be happy.
Be happy. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Oh.